To ask a court to set aside, cancel, a court order or judgment, you have to file a request for order to set aside, sometimes called a motion to set aside or motion to vacate. The term set aside or vacate basically means to cancel or undo that order to start over on a particular issue. When you ask the judge to cancel a court order, the judge will make the decision to cancel it, or not, based on your request, the other side's response, and the law.
Where are you staying? I can't imagine they let you out of the hospital without a place to stay. Oh, they did. They discharged me 1 hour before I was discharged. They brought in a woman who claimed to work for the state, saying she was putting my newborn in protective custody, accusing me of being schizophrenic and giving myself an at-home abortion. I need a lawyer, Mark. There is absolutely nothing wrong with me, and I want to press charges against these people. Since that time I have been to court, proven the allegations false, and was told I would get my baby back after completing a psych eval, which I did, passed with flying colors, starting therapy, which I did. I already had 2 sessions, have a third on Monday, passed another drug test, and was accepted into shelter. It's awful, Mark. There is absolutely no reason for any of it. They held me in the tent and allowed a man to stomp on my head and an officer to beat me up and body slam me on body cam, but then had the audacity to just say I was the one putting him at risk. I used my body to protect him in my womb. I literally curled my body around my belly and guarded him while a man kicked my head. I reported this to law enforcement and went live on Instagram through the whole entire pregnancy, asking for assistance with shelter, etc., and everyone pretended to not hear me, but then rushed to steal my child from me after he was born. And he spent the entire time in the hospital in my arms and breastfeeding. If I was a threat, they would have taken him immediately and there would be no visiting. So there's literally not a single reason for the world to keep my child from me, yet here we are only getting to spend 1 hour with him per week so far, and I'm breastfeeding, so I have to bag all the milk and bring it way to the West Burbs on the train because they took him so far away for no reason legally or morally, and I am sick of being their victim. His name is Gillespie, and they have been blocking calls from my youngest daughter. Fortunately, I'm still able to get through to the big kids.
These are those shoe soles that I was telling you about. You see that, you guys? Terrible. I can't wait to be doing exactly what I'm doing right now, except for with my son in the stroller. And I also can't wait to tell you guys everything that's taken place. I really can't get into details right now because, the judge said I'm not allowed to spill the tea. But at some point, when everything is all said and done, I will. I know a lot of you have been following and cheering me on for a very, very long time, so I'm very grateful for that. So I will let you guys know when everything is okay, but Just keep praying for us, please. Parks are so much better when you have kids with you, in my experience. They're all wearing white. Why? And how do they stay so clean? Last time I took a photo in here, I was, I think, 4 months pregnant with Weston. So, not pregnant anymore.
I want my food to look the best it possibly can.
If you guys are people who sponsor me regularly and you've been sending money, please make sure that you're always checking here before you do, because someone again did something weird with my Cash App and I had to make a new one. So I tried filing my taxes, because you could file taxes through Cash App now, and the whole program froze. And then the next morning I was like logged out, and I logged back in and they said your Cash App account has been closed for reaching account limitations, which are $4,000. And I promise you, I swear to God, on my life, I did not receive more than $200, not more than 200. So like literally in a whole month, I've never received, maybe the max I've received is like 300 1 month, but not regularly. I have no idea why it said that, but I do have a new Cash App. So if you're donating, please send it to my new Cash App. Look at this post, you guys. Isn't it wild that this is being a rebel nowadays? This is what we need to get back to. I would love to go buy some gym shoes today, you guys. I'm still using those same Nikes. My mother-in-law calls them that, Nikes, that have the soles completely worn out of them, that I've been using for over a year and a half, like probably 19 months now. So if someone can please donate some Nike money, that'd be fantastic. Also, a couple pairs of pants would be great. I just got done compiling some research and some other things for my next campaign. This week's campaign, as you guys know, is Denude, and I'll be speaking about that and the importance of the Denude campaign in my life on Monday or Tuesday. And then we just finished 4 weeks that will be on repeat of campaigns that appeal to compassion and emotional health. So I will post the schedule again. We're going to start that over. And we're just going to work on, as a group of content creators, creating balance on the internet. It's so important. AI is being programmed with our search results. And when all we search is like boobs and things of that nature, let your imagination, run wild. But we have this imbalance of internet searches and social media postings. There should be more postings about the Bible. There should be more postings about compassion. There should be more postings and content created about the positive things that we do as humans, not just the antagonistic things, not just the things like, look at the show Ridiculousness. Look at the show, look at the brand World, what is that one called? World Star? Look at these, they're like getting the most views of anyone, and it's a lot, their content is a lot of people getting hurt and other people taking pleasure in watching it. And I've been one of those people before, but what are we subconsciously programming our computer systems to think is acceptable and brings us happiness, when that is what our internet searches are and our content creations are mostly? We have to, balance that out. And so that is the mission of GoPro Solo, to appeal to people's, oh my goodness, wow, to appeal to people's better halves. And this also goes back to my discussion of universal basic income. Look at the way some people get to do their makeup. Look at the way some people get to go for a jog, with shoes that fit, that don't have holes in them. Look at the way some people get to live their day not worried about where their next meal will come from. They are happy people. People who don't have the stress of necessity on their shoulders are happier. That's just the research. Stress and the increase of cortisol on the human body, along with the stomach fat that it creates, it also makes everything more tedious. So to do away with that stress, addressing universal income, stop every politician who's on the ballot for this year, address universal basic incomes.
Have a live discussion while I get ready. A get ready with me, if you will. About campaigning for denude, D-E-N-U-E, no, D-E-N-U-D-E, denude. We're going to have that campaign that would be the opposite of nude. And the meaning of that campaign, we're having that conversation at sometime this afternoon on YouTube. So I'll come on here in case you guys want to be a part of that discussion. It'll be on YouTube, campaign denude, and what it means and why I think it's important as a get ready with me.
You guys, there's another campaign. I don't know how to name it yet, but I want to somehow create this Instagram page and we can use that as a think tank. I want to create an Instagram page today that are lyrics in rap, hip hop, and pop music that scream out for help and social change. A perfect example would be Changes by Tupac. He says, and I'm not condoning the sale of drugs, I'm saying instead of a war on poverty, there's a police on drugs so the police can bother me. So poverty has been the biggest issue for so many generations and decades. Universal income. And I want to create this Instagram page that highlights lyrics from songs that have been mainstream for so many years that we've not realized have been calling out the problem, and the problem still remains. Okay. Then we need to, as a result of making that connection that people have been requesting assistance with the problem of poverty for decades, we need to have an open commentary think tank with regards to those. Only positive comments will be allowed and productive comments will be allowed. And if we literally just pour in all of the positive, proactive, solution-oriented comments to each one of those song lyrics, nothing like "we'll get a job" or anything like that, because then it drags us back into identifying and calling out systemic racism, which we know is a real thing, and other issues. So we can't do that. That's backwards. But a productive comment session with each of those song lyrics. We're out and about in the area of the shelter. Thank you, God.